Okay, another Throne of Eldraine draft. Best of 3. Okay, so we've got a pretty good rare here, Lovestruck Beast. Just, he's a little harder, or a little bit worse in draft than in constructed because typically if they kill your 1/1, he's going to just be a blocker for the rest of the game. You just generally don't want to run 1/1s in draft. So he gets turned off pretty easily. But even still, a 5/5, for 3 is enough of an upside that if he becomes just a defender towards the middle of the game, that's okay too. You can just kill your opponent so quickly. Probably the second best card is Scorching Dragonfire. Just really good removal. Kills a lot of the most important stuff in this set. Trail of Crumbs is a good build around, and Archon of Absolution is just a really, really strong card. But yeah, I'm going to take the rare here. Oh, okay. I have no idea what the bot took here because it looks like all the uncommons and the rare is still here, and this rare is pretty decent. In a specific deck, you have to be in Knights, which is not, green-white Knights isn't really an archetype unless you're like pretty heavily white, kind of splashing green. The other good card here is Savvy Hunter, just an extremely powerful card. We would be going into black by taking this, but just very, very powerful. Be able to draw cards and create food. And then there's another Scorching Dragonfire, which is pretty obscene. The bot to the left of me is going to be getting all a nasty red deck. And then the next is probably something like, Golden Egg, Drown the Lock are both good cards. Didn't Say Please. The question is, do I want to take Worthy Knight and kind of go towards a build around, or do I want to take Savvy Hunter and move towards a green-black deck, green-black food? So the best 1/1s in this format, or the best 1/1 I can think of at least, is the black zombie, the adventure zombie. So if we did go green-black, Lovestruck Beast would probably be at its most powerful there. This creates 1/1 humans as well, which would turn it on. I'm going to take Savvy Hunter. This seems like the proper place for us to be going after Lovestruck Beast. We'll see. So let's see. Best card in this pack. It's probably either Fairy Guidemother. That's probably the best card in the pack. But we're not going towards white here. So I think we take Rosethorn Acolyte. Just a good enough card. It's better than Garenbrig Paladin or Mareleaf Rider. Joust would also be good, but yeah, we're nowhere near that. So let's go with Rosethorn Acolyte. Okay. Now, So Lucky Clover is the most build-around card in the set, but I think if you build around it, it's actually pretty possible. And we're in green and black are two of the main adventure colors. The other one's white, and I think it's technically in all colors, but those are the colors that really focus in on it. What are we missing out on if we don't? Maybe Foreboding Fruit is okay. Rosethorn Acolyte's okay. Golden Egg's okay. So I'm going to take Lucky Clover, and let's try to go towards an adventure deck. A green-black adventure deck, maybe. Nothing super great here. Scalding Cauldron is removal. Maybe I'll just take that. And I don't think there's anything in the pack that's good enough for me to warrant going into another color. Moonlit Scavengers is good, and True Love's Kiss is good, but I'll just take the Cauldron. So let's see. Rally for the Throne. An instant speed, create 2 1/1s. I'm kind of wondering if we should have gone into white. There's been a lot of these Mareleaf Riders as knights. We could have had an interesting green-white deck. I guess we take Mareleaf Rider if we're going to be in green-black. That's something. Probably going to have food. Okay. So Edgewall Innkeeper is a very good card. So I think we have our direction here. We want as many adventure cards as we can. So much so that I'm not even committed to black anymore. I think the theme of our deck between this Lucky Clover and this Edgewall Innkeeper is now adventures. And the food is secondary. So if we can stay in black, we will. But we're not going to worry about it too much. We're going to just go towards whatever suits our fancy best. Okay, so Garenbrig Squire. So he's a 2/2 and he gets pumped up whenever we play a creature with an adventure. Is that better than Flutterfox? So Flutterfox is just a pretty dang good card. Just a 2/2 flyer that very easily gets flying. I think we'll take Garenbrig Squire. I don't think it's worth going into white on something speculative like that. So we'll take another Squire. We really don't, even in the adventure deck, we probably don't want to play these, but we're having a lot of adventure upsides here. I guess we'll take the Golden Egg. Feeds into our food synergies. Drawbridge, I guess. We're probably not going to play that. Sure. Oof. This is a tricky one. So Blacklands Paragon is just a straight up good card. This is pretty much a removal spell. Destroy target attacking creature pretty much and gain 3 life. It would keep us in green black. But Keeper of Fables. Man, this is a pretty exceptional card. We got a number of humans, so maybe that's not the best for our deck. There's also this Reeve Soul, but if we're gonna take a removal spell, might as well take the one that's also a creature. So I think we'll go with Blacklands Paragon. So we're sticking to green black here. Let's see if we can find some adventures. Happily Ever After. Maybe the worst card ever in a draft format. I cannot imagine how you turn this thing on and win the game. It would be quite a deck if you did, though. If I got this first pick, I would just try it just for the heck of it. But that's got to be pretty dang hard. So what else is there here? So Thunderous Snapper would be castable in our deck because we're looking like we're pretty focused in green here. But it would make our mana constraints harder. It would make future black cards more difficult. Turn into a Pumpkin's a really powerful card, but we're just not in blue. There's Barrow Witches. We do have 1 Knight. We could just take Curious Pair because it's not a bad card, to be honest. I mean, it's not good, but so it's just kind of a little dork. But I mean, it goes with our Garenbrig Squire, it goes with our Lucky Clover, it goes with our Edgewalling Keeper. So I guess we take that. And here's yet another Scorching Dragonfire. So we could have had a really good red deck, but that's how it goes. So Glass Casket is pretty good removal. It's looking like white maybe is where we wanted to be. The more we go here, there's just a lot of good white cards getting passed around. I think we're going to take out Muscle here. Just a really good fight spell. We'd be kind of happy to get back to Smitten Swordmaster, but we'll see. So Surf Baron the Hingehammer is pretty decent, especially in our deck that's kind of green focused here. We're probably going to be able to hit him on turn 2 most of the time. Ardenvale Tactician, yet another depressing card to see go by, and Trapped in the Tower. But we're in it now. Let's just stick with what works here. Okay, so here's an interesting pick. So I think Lost Legion in a vacuum is the card we want to pick here, but then there's Reaper of Night. This card is okay-ish on its own, especially with how grindy the format is. Like a 7-mana card actually isn't that unplayable. And if we have a Lucky Clover out and Reaper of Night somebody, we just destroy their entire hand. When we use his Adventure Harvest here. So I think we take that specifically in our deck, but Lost Legion is a good card too. I guess we take another Curious Pair. Wonder if there's any argument to Cauldron's Gift. We really don't have anything to get back. You know, if they kill our Lovestruck Beast or something, we could get that back, or a Reaper of Night, you know. But that's probably not worth it. I guess we'll go Tempting Witch. We do have some food synergies here, so it turns her on. Okay, it looks like we did. This might be the Smitten Swordmaster we saw before coming back around. We do have a number of knights here, so we have a kind of a light knight sub theme. But really, even if we have a couple knights out and we play how we have Lucky Clover and double this up, that's 4 points draining. That's pretty good. I think we take Forever Young. It's good to have one just against the mill deck because it's very strong in this format. Take another Squire. I'm going to actually take Once in Future. I think this is actually a playable card. Okay, we'll take the Gingerbread Cabin here and probably actually play it. Yeah. Oof. So this is not a good rare. This is probably among the most unplayable cards in the entire set. Rarity aside, like this is just not a good card. So, given that, Here's yet another Scorching Dragonfire. That's 4 we could have had at least. So not a lot for us here. Mad Ratter is very good, but not in our deck. I guess we just take the Paladin. Pretty good 5-drop. It's going to come down most times as a 5/5 in our deck. That's better than a 3rd Curious Pair. There's also Hingewalker, which should just be a 3/3 in our deck, but I think the Paladin is better than that. So Enchanted Carriage is just good. Usually vehicles have the downside of, you need presence on board already to be able to crew them. But this solves it by itself by creating its own crew. So it's just a 4/4 for 5, which isn't bad, and really more than that because you get the 2 1/1 tokens that you can do other things with. 1/1s also help out our Lovestruck Beast here, so it'll be active a little more often. Yeah, that's the best card in the pack too, I think. So I don't think we need a 4th Garen Brigg Squire. The adventure plan hasn't worked out super well, unfortunately. We just haven't had a lot of adventures come around. So given that, I could take Wicked Guardian as just a pretty good 4-drop. Most of our cards don't die to it. Just a 4/2 that draws us a card. I mean, I guess all these Squires die, but the Curious Pairs don't. I don't know. The other option would be something like Tempting Witch, or maybe another Curious Pair. I think we take Tempting Witch and hope to will the Curious Pair. So we kind of have... These Curious Pairs are going to be better than they look, because we have food synergies, and we also have adventure synergies. So we're going to be making just a lot of food with them that we can actually do stuff with. So I'm going to take Tempting Witch here as another food payoff. Yeah, nothing great here for us. Do I want a Lost Legion as just a good 2-drop, a good 3-drop, or do I want Scalding Cauldron because we're pretty light on removal? I think I take Lost Legion. Another Curious Pair or Garen Brigg Paladin. I'm just going to take the Paladin here, I think. I think it's better than Locthwain Paladin because we have more green than blue. We're not going to make this a turn 4, 4/3 menace. I mean, we do skew a little aggressive here with the Garen Brigg Squires and the Tempting Witches. We could just sort of smash face, and Locthwain Paladin is better in that regard if we can actually hit its adamant cost. A 4/3 menace is no joke. There's also some argument to Giant Skewer, it makes food. It's not the best card, but I think we go Garen Brigg Paladin. So, I don't know if we want 2 once and futures. That's a lot of, the card is situational, right? If you end up with, if I had 2 of these in my opening hand, it would be pretty rough. It just takes a lot to turn them on. So I don't know, but what else am I doing? Merrily Frighter, maybe? Maybe Insatiable Appetite's actually decent in my deck. I just have so many ways to make food. This is going to be a 2-mana +5/+5 pretty much all the time. Is that actually worth it, I wonder? We are light on removal, and that would give us something akin to removal. Huh. Normally I think this card isn't playable, but I think we can take it. I think that's better. I don't really want these other cards, so try it out. Okay, there's Smitten Swordmaster. I think that's good. It gives us more Knight synergies for the things that care about that, and also another adventure card for our payoffs. I think that's better than Tuvenvale Treefolk, so we'll go with that. And yeah, take another Merrily Fighter. Yeah, and we did wield the Curious Pair. I think that's better than taking the Witch's Cottage here. So we have a... Oh, okay. Curious Pair or Smitten Swordmaster. And we could just... if we stall out and have a bunch of these on board, we could just dome our opponent out, by copying it a bunch of times with Lucky Clover. I think that's probably better than another Curious Pair. Curious Pair is just pretty anemic. Oh my gosh, we got another one anyway. Jeez. I really don't think we need 4 of either of these, Curious Pair or Garen Brigg Squire. I think I'm just going to take the Gingerbread Cabin. I guess we'll play 2 of those. I don't think I'm going to play either of these. There's no sideboards. I'm playing best of 1, so... Okay, so I'm gonna have to make some cuts here. Oh my goodness, quite a few cuts. This deck, despite us having so many playables, it's pretty lackluster, I think. It's not the best deck. So let's see. Golden Egg is an easy cut. I guess we're not going to try this Insatiable Appetite either. We just don't have room for it. I think we'll go down one Merrily Rider. Maybe one Squire. A Curious Pair. Maybe this Once in Future is a little too cute. Go down the other Merrily Rider. I think go down a swamp, go up a forest. Okay, I'm going to go down one more Squire. I guess that's right. It's rough to cut one of our adventure payoffs because it makes all of our adventure cards worse just a little bit. So anyway, here we go into game one. Alright, game one against the Pen 04. Man, this looks like a good hand. We're gonna run out this Garenbrig Squire. Ooh. I'm gonna actually run out this Edgewall Innkeeper. We don't currently have any payoffs for it. We don't have any adventure cards. And there's probably some argument to holding on to the Edgewall Innkeeper until we draw adventure creature, so we at least get one draw off of it before it's killed. But I think with this Forever Young in our hand, we can afford to, you know, play to our best advantage. If we do start drawing adventure creatures, it'll be nice to already have them out and not have to wait an additional turn to play him and something else. Sure. So it looks like a blue-black mill deck. Yeah, I think we play Garenbrig Squire here. So that pretty effectively blocks our Squire. It'd be good if this was a Knight, so that we could give it Death Touch with Black Lance Paragon and get through that blocker. But, just not meant to be. Sure. See, we're lucky because we we have Forever Young in our hand here, so hopefully towards the end of the game we're going to be able to put a bunch of cards back on top of our deck. Okay, this is pretty good. So we're going to... We unfortunately don't have a second green source, so we can't get the food and play him. So we're just going to play Curious Pair, draw a card. And no attacks. So our opponent's done a pretty good job of gumming up the board here. If that's all they're doing, then we're just going to keep playing threats, drawing cards, hopefully outpace them eventually, despite their blockers. So I think what we do here, we don't go for the food on Curious Pair, we just play it, so we get a draw. The reason we're not going for the food is if they counter it, even if we're doing the adventure, it would kill the whole card. And we really want to draw a card here off of Edgewall Innkeeper. So... yeah. Still no reason to attack just yet. I think we are just going to flash in this Black Lance. No, you know what? We're going to hold on to this Black Lance Paragon, actually. Sure. We really want to kill something with it, with all these blockers on board. Okay, so they're tapped out now, so we're in pretty good shape to... Ooh. We don't have the Adamant for Garenbrig Paladin, which is unfortunate because it'd be pretty good on this board. So instead I think we're just going to do Enchanted Carriage. See if we can get this to trade with Sir Eleonora. Because this is something they can't really block with their two dorks here. And then if we can get this to trade with Sir Eleonora, this Enchanted Carriage, then that opens up the path for our Garenbrig Paladin. If they attack here, that's best for us. Okay, they're not going to attack. Alright. Now we've got Adamant for our Paladins, so let's get in here. They haven't milled us a ton yet. But they probably have a lot of Didn't Say Please just sitting in their hand. We haven't given them a chance to really counter us well. Okay, we're fine with that, yeah. So hopefully they have 2 mana open, but I don't think they have anything that'll be able to counter this Garenbrig Paladin. So we're still not going to be able to really attack because of Sir Eleonora, but if we can kill Sir Eleonora, then all of a sudden these can't block him at all, and he's swinging in for 5 every turn. So that is something. The worst thing they could play here is probably the Merfolk that bounces this back to my hand, the 4/6. That's just a great blocker and also a problem for us. So I'm gonna attack with Paladin here. See what he does. That's pretty good. So I think what we do... I think we play Tempting Witch. See if we can get a counter out of their hand. I really don't want them to counter... Oh, man, it tapped us pretty poorly, the auto-tapper did. But... Oh, jeez. That was a misplay. I meant to play that as a... Okay, little bit of a misplay there. I just meant to play that as a creature, but I accidentally did its adventure mode. Okay, looks like they're gonna kill our Tempting Witch, which is fine. Sure. Okay, let's play our knight here. Draw a card. Now we want to drain the life. Get in for one life drain. It's not nothing. Then play our creature again. This will pump our squire again, draw us another card. Now we're going to be able to attack with our squire. And get in with our squire here. Sure. Alright, so that gets one of those annoying blockers out of the way. We're still not going to play this Forever Young until we can get them to tap out. So here we're going to attack with our knights. And if they block with Sir Eleonora... Yes. This goes bad if they have a counter, but... Okay. See if we can kill Sir Eleonora here. Alright, so we made them use a removal spell. Oof. Okay, great, great, great. Okay, so now they're tapped out. I was going to say we were going to go for it anyway with this Forever Young, but now we're anchors away here. Put all this stuff back on top of our deck. So which one do we want to draw first? We're going to have 3 mana, 4 mana maybe? So, well, we'll just grab everything. We want to put everything back on top of our deck. But Savvy Hunter first. You know what, maybe I actually do it like this. Smitten Swordmaster, Savvy Hunter. Yeah, I want to do it like this actually. This way we'll be able to do this, play our knight, and immediately draw the other knight. Pass the turn. So that bought us quite a few more turns against this mill. Oh. Welp. That was probably the best draw in his deck, unfortunately, for what we just did. But at least we do get another draw out of this. So do this. Draw a life, or draw a card. Oof. We just have drawn all lands, essentially. Not good. Yeah, still can't really attack, so... Sure. Okay, so we'll play this, draw a card. Sure. Ugh. Well, we're about to have no lands left in our entire deck, so... Hopefully we'll start drawing action here. Alright. Something at least. Okay. Problem is eventually they're going to draw into it, didn't say please. Yeah, that. Okay. Continue to train our opponent out. got something going here now. So, attack, 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 attack. Yeah. I don't think that works the way our opponent wants it to. So we're completely fine with trading that curious. That's not good. Okay, so now we need to kill our opponent immediately. We are not going to win with this on the board. So Cauldron of Eternity is just going to essentially. Oh, that's a pretty good Tempting Witch. So what we're going to do here is the old attack our opponent with everything. What are we gonna give +2? Okay, our opponent's dead. Okay, so they were probably dead there. I don't know. I think they might have been able to block and live one more turn, but with that Tempting Witch, we were gonna be able to drain them out. So all in all, pretty good. Pretty good showing for our deck. So let's go on to game 2. All right, game 2 against Silver X Silver X. And we draw another land. We have a turn 3 Lovestruck Beast, which it's pretty good. Our plan is to turn 1 Lovestruck Beast, Heart's Desire, turn 2 Swordmaster, turn 3 Lovestruck Beast. Can't get much better than that. If they do play something scary, we can always give the Swordmaster Death Touch with Blacklands Paragon, turn it into a trade with anything. Okay. Oh. Okay. Jeez. Yep, misplay. Hey, okay. Meant to play a swamp there. Hopefully that won't affect the game too much. I wonder if there's some argument to playing the Savvy Hunter instead of the Lovestruck Beast. I think not. I think just attacking with this Lovestruck Beast while we can, because this human's probably not long for this world. You know, any removal in this set kills it, and then our Lovestruck Beast is doing nothing until we draw 1/1. So probably just want to smash in with this guy while we can, before our opponent draws some kind of removal for it. Savvy Hunter is nice though, because if we play it out and our opponent kind of stumbles on blocking, we just generate a ton of food. Just holding on to this Smitten Swordmaster for its curry favor. That's it. Okay. Huh. I think we still just. I think we attack here. See what happens. If they kill the 1/1 somehow, then we're not going to play the Lovestruck Beast. If they don't, though, we're going to play it. Okay, so here's our... If they kill this 1/1 somehow, we're going to play Edgewall Innkeeper plus Smitten Swordmaster, draw a card. If they don't kill this 1/1, we're going to play our Lovestruck Beast. Again, just because we want to... We can even hit one time with it before this 1/1 bites it. That'll be good. Almost in the tank over there. Maybe he went off to have a bathroom break, I'm not sure. About to run out of time, though. Oh. Hopefully there's something they wanted to do this turn. So, we're going to play the Lovestruck Beast and pass. And if they can kill our 1/1, at least they didn't do it at instant speed and leave this neutered, you know. Starting to get worried about our opponent. Maybe he just can't be a Lovestruck Beast and this is his way of conceding, I'm not sure. I guess it's possible. Maybe he just doesn't have a way to kill it and it's gonna run over his deck. It's looking like either he kicked over his computer in frustration or went on a very long bathroom break. But either way, we win. So that was that was an easy win. Alright, game 3 against Heffy. This is a iffy hand, but I am going to keep it. My reasoning here, we get to play Lucky Clover turn 2. That means all of our adventure cards are going to be pretty dang powerful for the rest of the game. And if we draw a black source and are able to get off this combo of Lucky Clover plus Harvest Sphere, we get to make them discard 4. That should be pretty huge. You know, where this goes wrong is if we just don't draw lands, especially black lands, and we're just not able to do anything. I mean, yeah, if we just draw a bunch of, you know, 4 drops or whatever and stumble around here, we can be in trouble. Okay, Wildwood Tracker. It's Speaking of 4-drops. Bum bum bum. So I haven't seen this card really played much. Maybe this is a... Yeah, it looks like this is a mono-green aggressive deck, which is going to put us to the test, to be honest. Oh. I think we actually play... Now I was just talking how great Lucky Clover is. Well, what we're going to actually do here is just try to trade with this Marrowleaf Rider so we're not taking 3 every turn. He might have a pump, you know, a combat trick here, but okay. At least that took his turn, you know. That buys us some time. Not the card we wanted to draw. Okay, so if we do draw Black Swords here, we're in pretty good shape. If we don't, we're probably gonna die. Oh, yeah. This is actually a pretty cool deck. Just super aggro mono green. Okay, well. Yikes. We said going in what could happen is if we draw our few 4 and 5 drops. This deck is pretty low, so I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but yeah, we're just dead here. Doesn't really matter what we draw at this point. Yeah. Oof, and we don't even draw something we can play, so unfortunately that's it. We just got destroyed there. That was probably more me keeping that hand than our opponent's deck. Oh, our opponent's deck did look pretty good. I've never seen that deck in this format before, just like super low to the ground, mono green aggro. But a bunch of 3/1s, well, you know, somebody's over here dirtling around trying to mill you out or whatever is probably going to get the job done. So, cool deck. Alright. On to game 4. Alright, game 4 against Yuyui Garashi. Okay. I like this hand. The question is, do we play Edgewall Innkeeper turn 1? Or do we hold on to it until turn 3? Yeah, I don't think we're in such a better position by going Edgewall Innkeeper turn 1, Smitten Swordmaster turn 2, as opposed to Garen Briggs Squire turn 2, these two together on turn 3. I think that's... Well, that kind of changes things, doesn't it? Okay, now I think we do. We just have to hope to fade the Reeve Soul here. If we can fade the Reeve Soul, we are in such good shape. We'll see. No. Yeah. I guess we should have. We should have probably held on to the Edgewall Innkeeper there. But on the plus side, that does get the Reeve Soul out of their hand, which means they probably don't have something to kill this 1/1, which means this Lovestruck Beast is about to go to town. So, we, you know, we lost a really good card, but maybe we're okay. Revenge of Ravens is not the best against our deck, actually. We have some reach. It's a really strong card in general, but we have some big creatures, we have some reach. We're probably going to be okay. So I think what we do here is play these two. These can still get in for basically 1 because this is going to gain him a life. So this puts us in a position where we can Smitten Swordmaster drain for 1 and also play it and pump him up, depending on what he does here. Bognati we don't care about. It could be good, but his board just is not conducive to it at the moment. So I think what we do is what I just described. Do this. Do this. Get in with these two. Make food. And see, this Tempting Witch is actually going to be able to get in for 6 here. So if we can just get him down to 6, we can just burn him out with the Tempting Witch. So I think what I do here is... I think he's... So if he doesn't block Lovestruck Beast, we're okay with that. If he wants to block one of our Smitten Swordmasters, we don't mind that at all. And if he doesn't, then we get in for 4. Okay, we're fine with this. That means Lovestruck Beast can get him for 5. Our opponent is almost dead here, even though they don't know it. because of this Tempting Witch. So we're going to play Enchanted Carriage here, and yeah, we're looking pretty good. Okay, so now, yeah, we're going to play these two, and fire up our Enchanted Carriage. Swing in here. Again, we're okay if he wants to. He probably can't even block the Smitten Sword. I guess he can. He'll go to 1 if he does, but he knows about. Maybe we should have done this differently because. Okay, he knows about the Tempting Witch now, and maybe he would have blocked differently if he didn't. But in any case, he's got to kill it right now or he's dead. Alright, he's dead. Okay, just hit him in the face with an apple. And that's it. Good old Tempting Witch. Alright. Good game. Let's go on to the next game. Okay, game 5, I believe, against Kimmo, maybe. Yeah, we'll keep this. We got a turn 2 Sir Farron here. Most likely. Pretty decent. Yeah. I was wondering if there was some argument to playing this Squire Bridge, this Garen Bridge Squire first. Sort of a sacrificial lamb if they're going to kill something. Oh my gosh. That's going to be a hard card to beat. Huh. I think, given that they're probably going to play that next turn, what we're going to do is play Spit and Swordmaster. This gives us something we can Black Lance Paragon to kill that Bone Crusher. They're still going to end up 2 for 1, I guess, but what can you do? Alright, come at me, bro. Sure. We can also do this on the defense. Another pump spell or a burn spell or something. He's in red-black, so chances of him having removal is not slim. We're gonna try to block here, see if we can kill this thing. There's a lot of removal spells in the game that kill this. Honestly, even if he doesn't have it, we're not in the best of shape here. On the bright side, okay. Well, Slaying Fire is a very good spell, so for him to have to do that on a creature when he could have hit us for 4 in the face is pretty decent, and it's probably going to take up his whole turn. Go back, Redcap. Jeez. Well, we've drawn all lands, unfortunately. I think we do get in and make the trade here. It's a little painful. Ay, ay, ay. The problem is here, we don't have a lot of high drops that get us out of bad situations like this. We kind of want to have not this many lands. Well, there's one of our few that actually help out. Jeez. So he's got to have something. But what are we going to do? Not block, so... Yeah. We're going to block like this. Going to try to kill the Ogre Errant, and I'm sure he has something that's going to save it. But, at least this leaves us with 3 blockers for next turn. Okay. So, this leaves us with 3 blockers for next turn. We can hopefully kill that giant. Oh gosh, these are going to give each other menace. And we continue to draw lands. Okay. We're in really bad shape. Not only did our opponent have a pretty good series of plays here, we've done nothing but draw lands this game. Yeah. So we're gonna kill the giant. No, we're not. We're gonna kill this Ogre Errant. We're gonna try to at least. See if we can kill it, because giving each other menace, that's just a death knell for us. Yeah. And we're probably dead no matter what here, but these things not having menaces at least gives us something. Yeah, we're dead. We could use the Scalding Cauldron to blow up the Bone Crusher Giant, but then he just gives this menace, and really, we only have 1 blocker anyway. We could use it to blow up this so he can't give a menace, but then he got us dead like this, so we're just dead. So unfortunately, just drew too many lands there, I think, and our opponent kind of stomped us as well. We probably weren't beating that unless we had a good hand. We did not. So, okay, on to the next game. Okay, game 6, I believe, against McCowlands. That's definitely right. Yikes. Well, we're gonna keep this, I think. Yeah, we're gonna keep this. We're not gonna just run out the edge wall and keep it for no reason. We're gonna try to get these tap lands out of the way. We're seeing, kind of paying our hubris for... Okay, that's a good draw. So we're just gonna play this other gingerbread cabin here. Not gonna play the edge wall and keeper. If they want to spend their turn just getting in for 3 with this guy, we're okay with that. Sure. Good. I think this turn we're going to play both of these. This opens us up to removal with the edge wall and keeper, but we're just going to not have time to do it another time, so... No, if you want to pump again, we're fine with that. Okay. Sure. Okay, so now we've got a 2-drop here. So we're going to probably block the red cap with the squire here. So he has to pump if he wants to make this a trade. Which, yeah, that'll put him in a less advantageous spot this turn. Then we can blow up this red cap. Okay, so we're at 2. I don't think we're at a low enough life total that I have to blow up this red cap right now, so I'm going to take this time to Lucky Clover and see if we can empty their hand. Yikes. Okay. Huh. I think I am going to block this. Okay. Yeah, we got to kill that. Alright, the question is, do I play Enchanted Carriage, or do I just blow this up? Jeez. There's also some argument to making them discard their whole hand, and then they only have 7 damage on board. Okay, this may well be the wrong choice, but I'm going to make them discard their whole hand, and then we can answer what they have on board. So... I'm not sure about this. If they top deck something... Well, I don't know. That wasn't... That was literally the best thing, probably in the format they could have top decked. So we probably weren't winning regardless in that position. But in retrospect, if I had known that was going to come off the top, I definitely wouldn't have just emptied their hand. So that, unfortunately, is going to be the end of our league. We 3 wins, 3 losses, so just an average league. So let's see what we got as far as prizes go. So, well, we got a Core Set 2020 pack. And Repeated Reverberation. This was being played somewhere, but I can't remember where. It was seeing some play. Anyway, I think there's a modern deck with it, actually, if I remember correctly. Maybe with Fires of Invention, or something funny's going on with this card somewhere. Empyrean Eagle is actually seeing play in the new Pioneer format in the Spirits deck. I've always liked Spirits, but this is sort of like a, it is a Spirit, but it's a Flyer Lord. But I mean, that's all the Spirits are Flyers anyway. So that deck seems to be pretty strong too, as far as the Collected Companies deck in that format. That seems like one of the better ones. Okay, and then our Throne of Eldraine we got for our winnings here. Wow. Stormfist Crusader. I'll leave it at that. Just an card. You probably don't want your opponent to be drawing cards, although, in an aggressive deck it might not matter as much, but I think aggressive decks also a lot of times kind of rely on their opponents stumbling a bit too. Having a missing a land drop or 2 is crucial, where they can punish you severely for it. So helping your opponent draw, even though it's losing them life, I don't think this is a very good card. Anyway, okay, packs, and just to down the road draft. We had a pretty fun deck. I got absolutely obliterated in that last game, punished severely for my hubris and wanting to make them discard their hand. So that'll learn me, I guess. Anyway, had some fun making this video. I hope you enjoyed if you watched. Thanks.